panel discussion. Incidentally, two of the panelists had to drop for various reasons. So I'm not too sure. It's going to be more like fireside chat, right? Bhatta, come. Subhasis and Mallikarjun. Very interesting. See, if you have seen the what we have given this panel discussion, the name is, we call it as Agri Elevation, the impact of other crop inputs on growth. Most of us think that, it's only the pesticides, seeds, biostimulants or nutrition that is going to help crop growth. But then we realized, when I was talking to Bhatta, I call him Bhatta, Subhasis Bhattacharjee. We had the honor of working together in rallies. Then we said, what are the other things that would complement in agri inputs that would enhance the agri productivity? So Subhasis would moderate, and as I said, the other two gentlemen, Avinash and Sandeep, are not here. And then we have from Niruthi, Mallikarjun to take forward. Come, Subhasis.
Hi. Good afternoon, everybody, and konnichiwa, Kondo-san. It gives me a great pleasure, Mr. Rajkumar Agarwal, who has been my mentor when I started my career, and also my senior in college, my senior in the organization which I worked for, has given us the opportunity to talk about a subject which he loves to call elevation. And I really love the choice of words. You know why? Yesterday, a learned and erudite friend of mine was talking about what's the ideal crop conditions? What's the ideal yield? How much maximum we can go? So this is where the inputs end, and this is where we begin. When somebody says that, okay, the regulatory authority, the market development authority, they conclude that this is the water, this is the input level at which this variety will yield so much. We say no. There is still something more. And that is where elevation really kicks in. We elevate it beyond the level. It's the concept of what we have, like limit x tends to infinity in calculus. We never reach there, but we keep on growing. There's nothing called ideal. There is nothing called optimal. We always go towards that. So unfortunately, we don't have all the four of us. So it is mostly going to be a conversation. I will introduce myself. I am Subhasis. I have been in the agrochemical industry and now in many other industries associated with that for the last 30 years. And with me is Mr. Mallikarjun. People like to call him Allu Arjun, but we'll call him Mallikarjun. He is going to show you another aspect of elevate, of going beyond, and that's it's about how NASA can come in, how the different things they have done, which can help us in taking the growth of agriculture, the agricultural inputs, and the seeds beyond. So I will take my seat, and we can start talking.
Good morning, all. I should thank Ray Consulting and Raj Agarwal for giving this opportunity. Our introduction was something very different when compared with many of them. We were introduced by one of the venture agency that's called ThinkAg. They introduced to Raj over a year ago. He sponsored us a stall also in the last year. Thanks so much, Raj. And this year, after almost 10 months, I thought, Raj, let's connect once and see how we can actually collaborate and serve the needs of the agri-input industry is what we both thought. And within the span of 2 months, coincidentally, this IAB actually came back again, and we are so happy to set up here and to promote our technology on how technology interventions can help the crop protection industry is what we thought. And I would like to give a little background more about what we are. I am myself Mallikarjun. I am CEO for Niruthi Climate and Ecosystems, and also I am the co-founder. Along with me, there is another founder named Dr. Rama Nemani. He is a NASA scientist for more than 35 years. This is actually his brainchild. I have been supporting him from last 10 years in the same venture. He is not here because he has to travel to Australia for some emergency. So he is a short bite where he would like to share with everyone. Excuse me. Bhaiya, can you display that? Yeah. So he is Dr. Rama. He is like to have a few words about this.
My name is Ramanamani. I'm the founder of Niruthi. Thank you for this opportunity to be with you, even though I wish I could be there in person, meeting you and talking to you. And let me introduce Niruthi and talk about you. Hello, everyone. My name is Ramanamani. I'm the founder of Niruthi. Thank you for this opportunity to be with you, even though I wish I could be there in person, meeting you and talking to you. And let me introduce Niruthi and talk about our journey for a few minutes before I hand it off to Mr. Mallikarjun, the designated speaker for this presentation. Prior to 2021, when I retired from NASA, I worked for nearly 40 years researching, developing, and implementing technologies that could be used to solve some of the consequences of climatic changes, be it heat waves, cold waves, floods, droughts, and other extreme events. Even though we have known for many decades that the climate is changing, and the urgency to address some of the consequences has only begun recently. And as a society, we're also finding out solving some of the problems is not that easy. And it takes a robust understanding of the problem that you're trying to solve, and you need to know all the data sources that are available and the cost of those data sets. And finally, many of the solutions need integration of various data sets so that we can create robust, economical, and scalable solutions. Okay, that's what we've been doing at Niruthi for the last 15 years in India, primarily adapting some of the technologies that we developed at NASA to the Indian agri ecosystem. For example, over the years, we've designed technologies that could be used for crop mapping, crop monitoring, crop yield estimation, and also assessing crop losses from extreme weather events. And the important thing is all these data and insights are available at the village level. That may not sound like much, but before Niruthi got involved, all these data and insights were only available at the district and taluk level. So we actually brought them down to individual village level. And we're hoping to actually bring them even further down to farm level soon. Okay, so another important thing that I want to emphasize is Niruthi really specializes on and providing these data and insights without having to install special sensors and weather stations everywhere on the landscape. Okay, so that is really our unique IP, and one of the best examples of that, of sensorless data collection and insight generation, is the Niruthi's pest and disease forecasting that Mr. Mallikarjun will touch upon. And with that, and I'll hand it off to Mr. Mallikarjun. Thank you.
Thank you so much for hearing out to Dr. Rama. With his introduction about Niruthi, we will get into the discussions. Thanks.
Yeah. Yes. Hello. Hello. As we get into the discussion mode, it's not a panel, but a two-member panel. So I'd like to ask Mallikarjun, tell us something about the offerings you have, what we call products as such for the agrochemical or the agriculture industry per se.
Thank you so much. So it's basically a one-on-one conversation now, more than a panel discussion. I love to still continue this. Niruthi is almost more than 15 years old company who have been trying to provide services and solutions to the agri input companies and the agriculture ecosystem. Our company is defined with a name called SNAP, you can say. Our products also ends with the same thing called Crop Snap, Weather Snap, and Infest Snap. Where Crop Snap talks about what is the kind of crop sown in a given region, how much is the area sown, what is the condition of the crop, what is the growth stage of the crop. All this information can be derived using Crop Snap product. Followed by, we also have a product called Weather Snap, which is, again defines the granular weather information at 2 kilometer by 2 kilometer grid, giving out parameters like rainfall, temperature, humidity, solar radiation, chilling units, and many other parameters which are actually affects or improves the agriculture crop productivity. And the third product, which is very interesting and connected product, is the Infest Snap. Again, this product, generally what you see or hear in the market is there is a certain pest which has attacked in a particular region. You apply some crop protection thing so that you can reduce or mitigate the risk. But whereas we are slightly different, what we do is we forecast the pest in the particular region. What pest may attack for a particular crop based on historical and current crop and weather conditions, which is very unique in the market. And that's actually the testament of the technology advancement is what I can say. And also these three snaps actually put together will actually solve majority of the problems the agro ecosystem is currently facing today. So this is about our three products so far. And similarly, can we understand what are you into and what's your product?
Thank you. Thank you, Mallikarjun. I represent Momentive Performance Materials. Momentive Performance is a 18-year-old company, but having its roots in GE, Bayer, Crompton Specialities, and Toshiba. So it's about 90-year-old put together, and our claim to fame. Okay, Aldrin, the first man on the moon, had boots made of GE silicone rubber. Currently, we are associated with agriculture in the area of agricultural adjuvants. We started with adjuvants, we started with liquid adjuvants, we started with silicone adjuvants, and now we have moved into silicone blends, powders, defoamers, and all other products which help to enhance the performance of agrochemicals. And we are now working in the area of seed coatings and also in vegetable oils and mineral oils, which give us presence in the Southeast Asian and the Australian markets. One of the interesting products of late, which has come into the market and has gained enormous traction, is a concept called a pollinator attraction, and especially useful in the western part of Maharashtra, which is made out of orange peel extract and certain other things, which kind of attracts the pollinators and increases the pollination rate. So, say if you take a crop like watermelon, you can have an increase in the size about 40 to 50%, and also the number of the pollination, extent of pollination increases, so the farmer gets a better yield. But all in all, silicone products, hybrids in the service of Indian agriculture, which helps to increase the yield. Thanks. Now, Mr. Mallikarjun, as we move forward, can we also know about how your company reaches the customers, or how will the customers get to know you, know your products, and access that technology which you are bringing to the table?
So interestingly, today's topic, what we are going to discuss is about the inputs which help the crop protection, crop growth, other inputs primarily. Generally, we all know the main inputs for the crop growth is seed, fertilizer, crop protection products, and some services which are precision services, data services, and all. But there are other two inputs what we essentially have to look towards for the crop growth. Is one is the weather agriculture is what I can say, and the second one is the technology input. So these two inputs actually help really, because as there is a lot of climate change within the ecosystem, we have to get up to that level on how the technology inputs will actually help the farmers to increase the growth is what we actually target to work towards. And in the process, we are actually associated with a lot of B2B organizations, be it insurance companies, be it the banks, be it the crop protection companies. We also work with the public sector governments at state and federal level, which gives us opportunity to actually not to directly serve the needs of the farmer, but the organizations of the B2B institutes actually work as a middleman for us to support the and reach the services.
Thank you, Mallikarjun. Let me talk now to you a little bit about how we reach or how we bring the technology to the customer. Now, there are two categories of adjuvants. There are many ways of classifying, but one of the ways is in-can and one is tank mix. Now, in-can adjuvants are adjuvants which are used in the formulation. Common knowledge, but one of the challenges of in-can adjuvants is the quantity of adjuvants or performance enhancing chemicals is limited. You have 36% monocrotophos, our times, endomonochloro, so I give the example of monocrotophos. You have 36% active, so your space is only 64%. And you have to fit in whatever performance enhancing products you get into the formulation, making a stable dispersing formulation with that 64%. Whereas what we are trying to promote is the use of or enhance the use of tank mix adjuvants, where the farmer has the freedom to use more, as much quantity as he needs. It can be more, it can be less, and it can be whatever, but the farmer can tailor the adjuvant needs as per his performance needs. So if he wants excessive minimum dose and excessive coverage, he can increase the dosage. If he wants more penetration, he can do something else. So the purpose, the entire objective is to increase and bring to the table the benefits of tank mix adjuvants, which will benefit the farmer. Our channels are normal. We talk to formulators, we talk to farmers, we have retailers, dealers. Since the market is extremely fragmented, as it is of common knowledge, we go to everybody who is willing to work with us, partner with us, and take the technology or the technologies forward for the benefit of the Indian farmer. Coming back to Elevate, the performance is already there. We are just trying to bring it forward, move it up, and elevate it to a different level. Now, we spoke about the channel, the products, and how do we promote the products? I mean, how do we bring it? How do people get to know about it?
Yeah, so we're talking about the technology advancements, the acceptance, and other areas which can act as an input for the agriculture. So if you look at how the policies actually help the technology advancement is, look at the national pest surveillance system which is recently launched by Government of India. There is a lot of push from the policy side also on promoting to safeguard the crop at the same time on using the right amount of crop protection on the farmlands. So the policies are also actually supported in that side. Also there is something called S-Tech, that's called yield estimation to technology. So earlier when you talk about a decade ago, the yield estimation used to happen only through crop cutting experiments, and the measurement was a little biased always, where the government says X and the industry says Y. It is always a biased figure, always stuck with. Now the push from the government side also using the yield estimations through technology also is one of the testament you can say that the acceptance and the need of the hour of the technology interventions is what we can see in the market today. And what's your perception about the technology interventions?
Yeah, regarding the promotions of what we have, how we bring our products to the farmers, we normally participate in all these, most importantly, International Symposium for Agricultural Adjuvants, which is held every 3 years, and the next one is going to be held next year, 2025 in Brazil. We will, of course, be the gold sponsors for that event, and we will also be presenting 2 papers and quite a few posters about mostly about the use of safe, sustainable adjuvants and how we can make the total pesticide or the agrochemical application safer by by the use of our adjuvants. So we are always available. We have a helpline, we have a website which we keep on talking and promoting to everyone. And the latest area of work that we're doing is on biologicals, botanical adjuvants. I mean, of plant origin, products of plant origin which are, helping to enhance the performance of pesticides. Also, we're doing many compatibility tests on hybrid models of silicone, biological-based adjuvants, and along with them many of these microbials whose performance can be enhanced. There are challenges we know which within the microbials which we are trying with our adjuvants to overcome.
So since we are talking about the technology and other pieces, I would like to mention about one of the interesting what we have worked over the last 1 decade. Initially when we started, it was more of a R&D organization for us, where the technology suitability for Indian crop conditions is what we had to measure first. So that's why it took almost 5 years for us to understand how we should actually fine-tune the models, what we have actually used. So in the process, what we have done is we have developed a product called InfeSnap, as I was telling. This product will give you the results of individual village level pest forecasting, as well as we have generated data for the last 20 years, the 2-decade data we have generated at each individual level. What is the crop growth? What was the productivity of that particular crop, and also what was the pest and what is the severity of the pest that has attacked the crop during the last 20 years. Every individual village for entire India, almost we have 6 lakh plus villages data which is lying in our database. So I'm happy to connect with anybody who are actually keen to understand more about our InfeSnap product. So also I would like to understand more about...
Let me talk a little bit about the adjacencies. I mean,
Sure.
One of the critical adjacencies is the area of minimum risk pesticides. Now, we have a lot of products which are available in the market, but they are not able to, they're not adopted by the farming community because the performance needs a lot higher dosage and involves higher costs. So what we are trying to do is to use adjuvants to enhance the efficacy of minimum risk pesticides to such a level, and to such a level that they become cost effective. Their application becomes cost effective, and they become more acceptable to the growers. We had this. Let me give you an example of chemicals when Rynaxypyr came into the market. And we had Srini sitting here, so they had a product for caterpillars. So, and the performance was here. Here. I mean, there was a difference between the performance of 2 products. So we did the trials, and we used the adjuvants to prove that if we use our tank mix adjuvants, you can take the performance of products up to the level of Rynaxypyr. So that's something on the adjacencies which we are working, and maybe in future we will also get into the organic areas of adjuvants, which will, again, objective is to expand the tank mix area of adjuvants, which gives the farmer more freedom to choose the product and the dose, so that he can achieve a kind of a better level of performance.
Yes, yeah.
I think, that's it from our side. We try to fill in as much as we could. If there is any other questions, we are always available. We are here. We are sharing our contact details, and we have a booth here. So you can ask us, reach out to us, and we are always here. We have around 6 people in India and about 4 people in Southeast Asia and 2 people in Middle East and Africa who are there in the field, ready to collaborate and transfer the technology to you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much for all the time, and we try to fill in the gap as you were telling. And thanks, Raj, for giving us the opportunity.
Anytime. Thanks. I think, the name Momentive and Niruthi, probably both things are about the moments, The Niruthi is the climate, and the Momentive brings so much momentum to the agriculture. I would put it that way. Thanks, Subhasis and Mallikarjun. Please come forward to do the honors. Yeah, I invite Komalji to please